Welcome to my channel. I guarantee this video is going to force you to think about the process of making money differently. I drove all the way to my public library to draw these three beautiful boxes so that I can make my point here today and hopefully increase your bank balance as a result. Let's get started. I recently started at my small family business doing sales. I told my parents, don't pay me any money because I'm gonna work 100% commission only, right? Which means I only make money if I make a sale. I like to think about this as you only eat what you kill, meaning if I'm in the jungle surrounded by my tribe, they only survive if I go into the jungle, bow and arrow, kill an animal, bring it back, we can eat, we can survive, we're all happy. But if we're not making sales, if we're not getting hunts, nobody's happy, nobody's gonna thrive. 99% of you would not do well in this environment because you fit into one of these three boxes. Each of these boxes has a self-limiting belief or a limiting behavior or a way of thinking that is holding you back from maximizing your potential, making more money, and living your best life possible. I'm gonna break down each one of these three boxes so that you can decide which box you're in, and then I'm gonna talk about the box I'm in, which is actually the fourth secret box over here, and you'll notice a star in it because there's a key inside that box, because if you have the insights and the wisdom and the lessons in that fourth box, it will unlock all of these boxes and take you over this box, which is where all the money's at. And if you wanna work a 100% commission-only job, you're gonna make a ton of money, and if you're in a different sales job where you get paid a wage salary, then that's good too, you're gonna make some money. Okay, box number one is the drama box. This box is for people that spend all of their time and energy focused on other people's lives and talking about nonsense, waste of time, surface level ideas. For example, I was just sitting in Starbucks and this group of girls at the table across from me, she was like, I hate when people post 20 concert stories in a row. Maybe 3, but this is so stupid. Think about that. How low of an IQ statement is that you're around your friends and you are going to infect their way of thinking with such a low level idea and thought? You are focused on celebrities, you're focused on politics, and you're focused on just imitating and repeating what other people say. You're too emotional and you're sacrificing your own dreams to fuel other people's dreams. Case in point, let's take the concert example. Taylor Swift. Shout out to Taylor Swift. She's in the box over here. She has the answer. She's gonna do over $1 billion in concert sales this year. Do you know why she's gonna do that? It's because people will sacrifice their productivity and their self-interest and their energy, and they'll spend their workday when they should be productive on Ticketmaster. They'll crash the Ticketmaster site. They'll use the money they're earning to then pay Taylor Swift. And that's why Taylor Swift is so successful. She is only successful because you are willing to give her your money, your time, and your attention. Kim Kardashian is only so successful because you follow her on Instagram, you give her your money in exchange for her products, goods, services, whatever it is she may be selling. Bottom line, you're more focused on helping other people achieve their dreams than you are about achieving your own dreams. And this, if you're wondering like, hey, this isn't me, are you on social media right now? If you're focused on other people on social media or BS politics or drama in celebrities, tabloids, it means you're never gonna make it. And this is actually the worst box to be in. So don't be in that box. And one actionable tip you can do, I don't have social media on my phone and I still make money on social media. Think about that. I don't look at content until at least 5 p.m. because I'm focused on revenue producing activities. And I promise I'm gonna relate all this back to sales, so stick with me. Box number 2, FF. This stands for friends and family. This is the next layer down, and this is where I would guess, I need some coffee. This is where I would guess the majority of you are in, because you're more worried about what other people are going to think about you than what you think about yourself. Meaning you're risk adverse because you want to keep up with the Joneses, quote unquote. And if you're thinking, no, Trent, that's not me. What I've observed with people my age, I'm 27, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but I think a lot of people get fixated into this idea of, let me get in a relationship, let's buy a pet, let's buy a house, let's have a kid, let's contribute all of our money to the 401k, and let's accept a middle-class life style for the rest of our lives and just wonder how it is some people make so much money and there's this big wealth divide. It's because of that. It's because the middle class. It's because people are focused on what other people will think of them. For example, when I was living in Dallas, you have a friend group, and it's important to have relationships, guys. I'm not trying to say don't have relationships. I live with my parents in the basement, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. And you're probably already judging me for that, right? Because there's this preconceived notion with that. But when you're in your friend group, when they say, hey, we're going out this weekend, or hey, what are you doing tonight? Let's go to Wine Wednesday. Rather than going to that, you ought to say, no, I'm busy. I'm studying tonight. I'm working on my side hustle tonight. Hey, I'm going to work out. I'm going to get to bed a little early so I can wake up early tomorrow and work out. Whatever it is it may be, you got to focus on what's going to benefit you in your life opposed to doing what other people expect of you. And it's so hard to break this thought pattern because it comes with a lot of judging, a lot of ridicule. I wouldn't have this YouTube channel. I wouldn't have 30,000 followers on LinkedIn if I followed conventional wisdom, because conventional wisdom is let's stay where we're at today. Let's not swim against the stream, right? So I moved into my mom's basement because I could cut my expenses to zero and I could focus on growing this business. My social life's taken a hit, but I'm certainly not worried about what friends or family are going to think because I'm spending time with the people I love most. I've cut my expenses to zero. I can focus on growing this business, and people around me are saying, well, what if you fail? What if the business doesn't grow? I'm not worried about that because I'm not worried about what other people think. I'm not in that box. You might be. And that takes us to box number 3, which is actually the most important of these 3 boxes, which is the confidence box. This is the self-doubt, self-limiting belief box that holds so many people back. Imagine that basketball player that I've been watching a lot of summer league games, and you see them shoot, have an air ball, have a terrible play, and their body language totally changes. Think about the last time you were around someone and they said, yeah, I just get super nervous before I do this, or hey, I actually have this crippling social anxiety before going into this situation. In your head, you're more worried about yourself and your own doubts. But as soon as you sense and feel that weakness from them, of course, if it's a friend, compassion, but you're now thinking, wow, I didn't associate them as being lack of confidence before they said something. I was just thinking they got it. I'm worried about myself. Everyone is worried about themselves, no matter how successful they are. I've spoken with some really wealthy people, and they still have these thoughts about, do I have it? Am I going to be able to make it happen? And I'm here to tell you, if you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else believe in you? And that's a Tom Brady quote, and I think he's a perfect example of this. Getting drafted in the 7th round, hey, nobody believes in you, Tom. You're going to get cut from the team. He shows up, he puts his head down. He's not worried about what the tabloids say with him and Giselle. He's not worried about what his family thinks. Oh, Tom, you moved away from California. You live all the way in Boston now, whatever it may be. He's focused on being his best version of himself and confident so he can make it happen. So think about which one of these 3 boxes are you in that's holding you back, because if you're in a 100% commission-only sales job, you can't have any of these limiting factors. You got to be over here in this box number 4 with the key in it. The key to the box is you don't focus on celebrities, drama outside your control. You don't focus on what friends or family think. You don't even focus on what you think. You're over here. You're focused on what your customers think. You're focused on what your business associates think. There's different categories of relationships and people you have in your life. People that you follow that can never actually help you, you're helping them. People that you're in contact with, friends and family, that can give you love, that can make you laugh. You have a relationship with yourself, okay? But you gotta be in a relationship with the people over here that can actually help you and give you their money, that can give you a slice of their pie. An example of this is Jeff Bezos, one of the richest people in the world. He would not be a billionaire if you didn't go buy his books on Amazon. Elon Musk, another wealthy person, he would not be a billionaire if you didn't buy his Teslas. Mark Zuckerberg, another billionaire, he wouldn't have created Meta and purchased Instagram if you didn't spend all day getting overly emotional on Facebook, listening to drama and things outside of your control. Bottom line, each person in this box identifies who has their money and how can they service their customers. So for example, for me, I now work in a 100% commission-only sales job. So rather than worried about stupid things outside my control or going and getting drunk. It's, okay, we have this product. Who can we sell this product to? Okay, we got to focus on healthcare companies. They got to have this amount of revenue. Who is the buyer at that company? Okay, director of purchasing, sourcing, supply chain. Okay, what do they care about? How can I focus more on what they care about than what I care about? Because if I can give them what they care about, then that allows me to get more of what I want. I'm taking a slice of their cake to put on my dish so I can have this big pie. And that's the game we're all playing. The only reason this YouTube channel gets views or has subscribers is because people watch it. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I get paid based on views, and so does every YouTuber. So think about that. You are giving them your attention. You're fueling their dream. Hopefully, they're providing some sort of educational value or entertainment like I'm providing you here today, totally for free. But if you think about being a 100% commission-only sales job, the reason why most people won't succeed at it is because they're in one of these three boxes, focused on things outside their control, not even they're getting in their own way, self-sabotaging behavior. Focus your time, if you're in a sales job, on who your customer is, how you can help them. And if you're not in a sales job, recognize what is your marketable skill. What is your skill? Sales is never going away. You can give me any product. You can give me this Sharpie. You can give me a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna figure out what is the benefit of this? What pain do people have that actually could stand to benefit from this? How do I message these people? Is it video? Is it text? Is it showing up at their door? Is it calling them? Is it sending them a note? Okay, how do I get their attention? And then how do I start to build this channel of communication to then progress to a point where they say, I'll give you $5 for this cup of Starbucks. That is what I'm thinking about. And that's why I know I'm gonna succeed in a 100% commission-only sales job. And if you're in one of these boxes, okay, that's okay. Accept it, get away from your wage, stop relying on that income, and go focus on who you can create value for so that you can make more money today.